On the morning of my 25th birthday, the postman delivered a single weathered envelope that would alter the course of my life. It bore my name in my mother's unmistakable handwriting, although she had passed away almost 10 years earlier. For several moments I simply stared at it, unable to reconcile what I was seeing with what I knew to be true. My hands trembled as I carefully traced the faded ink with my fingertips, while memories I had spent years trying to bury began resurfacing with painful clarity. I had convinced myself that time had healed the emptiness her absence created, yet that one forgotten letter shattered the quiet illusion I had built around my grief. Without opening it, I already sensed that the words hidden inside possessed the power to transform not only the way I remembered my mother, but also the person I had become. The envelope appeared unusually fragile, its edges softened by time and its paper carrying the faint scent of an old wooden cupboard. A small note on the back revealed that my mother had instructed a trusted family friend to deliver the letter only on my 25th birthday, believing that I would finally be mature enough to understand its message. Countless questions flooded my mind. Why had she chosen to wait 10 years? What truth had she protected so carefully? As silence filled the room, I realized that the letter was more than a memory preserved on paper. It was a conversation that my mother had somehow arranged to continue long after her voice had faded from the world. B2. On the morning of my 25th birthday, the postman delivered an old envelope that completely changed my life. My name was written on it in my mother's familiar handwriting, even though she had died almost 10 years before. For a few moments, I could only stare at the envelope because I could not understand how it was possible. My hands shook as I gently touched the faded writing, and memories that I had tried to forget slowly returned. I had believed that time had helped me accept the pain of losing her, but this unexpected letter broke the peaceful life I had created around my sadness. Even before opening it, I felt that the message inside would change both my memories of my mother and the person I had become. The envelope looked very old and delicate. Its corners had become soft with age, and the paper still carried a light smell of an old wooden cupboard. On the back, I found a short note saying that my mother had asked a trusted family friend to give me the letter only on my 25th birthday, because she believed I would be old enough to understand it. Many questions immediately came into my mind. Why had she waited for 10 years? What secret had she wanted to protect? As I stood there in complete silence, I realized that this letter was more than an old memory. It was my mother's way of speaking to me even after she was gone. B1. On the morning of my 25th birthday, the postman brought me an old envelope that changed my life. My name was written on it in my mother's handwriting, but she had died almost 10 years ago. I looked at the envelope for a long time because I could not understand how it was possible. My hands were shaking as I touched the old writing, and many memories came back to my mind. I thought that time had helped me live with the sadness of losing my mother, but this letter brought all those feelings back again. Before I even opened it, I felt that it would change the way I remembered my mother, and change my life forever. The envelope looked very old, the corners were soft, and the paper had the light smell of an old wooden cupboard. On the back, there was a short note. It said that my mother had asked a close family friend to give me the letter only on my 25th birthday because she believed I would be ready to understand it. Many questions came into my mind. Why did she wait for 10 years? What secret did she want to keep? As I stood quietly in the room, I understood that this was not only an old letter. It was my mother's way of talking to me again, even after she had died.